Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Steve. Now, if I sound muffled, I'm having a very, very bad nosebleed. You guys know I have a heart condition that leads me to have really bad nosebleeds occasionally, and for some reason today I'm having one. So if I sound muffled, it's because I'm covering one of my nostrils because I don't want blood to drip everywhere, and I have to make these videos because there's no days off. Remember that, no days off. Anyway, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. The Washington Wizards and the Boston Celtics play tonight. Okay? Now, before I even say anything, I would just like to say the Spurs pulled off one of the biggest upsets last night because as soon as Kawhi Leonard went down with that ankle injury, and I agree with Skip Bayless when he said it looks like a knee injury because he couldn't jump, knee, ankle, whatever the hell it was. The San Antonio Spurs still came out on top with Tony Parker injured as well, which kind of proves that maybe Kawhi's not as good as everyone thinks. And this is what Shannon Sharp said. Maybe Kawhi's really not as good as everyone thinks, and maybe it's just the system and the team that is better than everyone thinks, and it's the system, not Kawhi, that are winning these games. Now, I'm a little on the fence about that. I think it's a combination of both because you can clearly see Kawhi has elevated his game this season. But that's besides the point. Kawhi is definitely a superstar, one of the best players in this game. Now, tonight is a very, very big game. Okay? The Washington Wizards and the Boston Celtics play tonight at 8 p.m. on TNT. And whoever wins this game pretty much wins the series. Now, Charles Barkley agrees with me when I said that John Wall is the second best player in the Eastern Conference in the playoffs. A lot of you guys got mad at me because obviously there's a certain player that's really the second best, but he's just not in the playoffs. And a lot of people brought that up, and I agree wholeheartedly, and a lot of people disagree, but that's besides the point. You know, it's whatever. And I'd like to apologize for not replying to comments for the past few days. I've been at the gym pretty much all day, just playing all day. Yeah, it's summertime, man. You know, I gotta have fun. And by the way, before we start this video, yesterday, I think it was around 11 o'clock in the morning, I was having a really bad day. It was cleaning, and I forgot to move my car, and I got 2 tickets. And, you know, it's crazy because I went to a gas station. This is so random. I don't know how I ran into this, but I ran into this guy named John. I think he was like 13 years old. Honestly, I forgot his name, his username that he told me, but he said he watched my videos, and that was the first time I have ever been recognized in person in real life. That was the craziest experience I've ever had. At first, it was awkward as hell because, you know, I've never experienced something like that. But it was pretty cool meeting you again. You know, thanks for your support. It was awesome meeting you. Hopefully, you know, when I have a meetup one day, I'll meet you again. But anyway, back to the main topic of the video. So the Washington Wizards and the Boston Celtics play tonight. Whoever wins tonight wins the game. Okay? Whoever wins tonight wins the game. It's one of those momentum-based games, okay? Game 5, 2-2. It's pretty much a best out of 3 right now. Pretty much a best out of 3. Okay, back like in the 80s in the first few rounds when it was a best out of 3. Did my nose stop? I think it stopped. Okay, so I can take this off. Anyway. So John Wall, Isaiah Thomas, they're definitely going to have a huge duel tonight. Personally, I think the Washington Wizards will win this game. Now, obviously, Game 5 is in TD Garden, the Boston Celtics arena, the most hated garden on your man Steve's list. Everything green besides money that revolves around the Boston Celtics, I absolutely despise. Besides Larry Bird and money. But I absolutely hate the Boston Celtics. I hate that I have to watch the playoffs again in TD Garden. It reminds me of when I was younger and I first started watching basketball, and Paul Pierce would just absolutely dominate the NBA. It pisses me the F off. Okay? Now, we all know what Draymond Green came out and said about Kelly Olynyk. Now, I know people are going to say, Steve, are you going to talk about that? Yes, I am. But not in this video. It's going to be a separate video specifically for that topic, okay? But tonight, what do the Washington Wizards need to do to win this game? Obviously, attack John Wall. I don't know. I don't understand why teams don't do this so early out the get-go. I guess because they don't want to force things and they're worried about, you know, going down, 5-10 points in the beginning, in the first half or something. But to me, if Isaiah Thomas is off the floor in the third quarter, That don't matter to me, okay? Or if he's off, you can make that all up as soon as he's off the floor, because offensively, when he's off of the floor, Jay Crowder ain't going to shoot consistently. Avery Bradley, he'll give you 15, 17 points per game. It ain't going to be consistent. Al Horford isn't going to be consistent. The only consistent player there is Isaiah Thomas, and they have held him under 20 points for the last 2 games. I'm pretty sure, or maybe I read that wrong. Anyway, they need to attack Isaiah Thomas. It's simple. Literally, just have John Wall do a pick and roll. Whoever the hell Isaiah Thomas is guarding, just like they do it, just like the Cavs are doing with Stephen Curry in the finals. It's the same thing. Okay, you get Isaiah Thomas on John Wall via a switch, whether it's a pick, a screen, whatever the hell you want to call it, hedge, whatever you want to call it. Okay, you get Isaiah Thomas on John Wall, and then guess what? John Wall, go to work. Clear out the floor. Tell John Wall to drive to the basket. He's 6'4". Isaiah Thomas is 5'8". That's a 7-inch difference. Okay, he's 5'8" compared to 6'4". You're talking about a 7-inch difference. John Wall should be able to baby Isaiah Thomas and wear him out defensively, and force him to become in foul trouble. Because as soon as Isaiah Thomas gets in foul trouble, he goes onto the bench, or as soon as he's extra tired because he's playing more defense on the point guard, guess what? He's going to the bench, or he's just not going to be able to produce like he usually does. Now, this is Isaiah Thomas we're talking about, one of the league's best players, so he probably will, which is why I'm leaning towards foul trouble. More importantly, you need to get him in foul trouble. And if John Wall isn't going, or John Wall's getting tired, just alternate with him and Bradley Beal. You have one of the best backcourts in the NBA for a damn reason. Use it. Use it. Utilize what you need to utilize. Listen, Boston defensively, just based on their rosters, one of the best defensive teams in the NBA, right? Obviously, because they have some of the best perimeter defenders in Jay Crowder and one of the best defensive players in Avery Bradley. But they lack in the front court and at their general, with their general and Isaiah Thomas. So if you can get Isaiah Thomas in foul trouble, bye, ignoring your calls now. That's going to be it for the Boston Celtics, okay? Because offensively, they're not going to be able to work without Isaiah Thomas. It's that simple. Now, what do the Boston Celtics need to do to win this game? Now, I can't believe I'm thinking about how the Boston Celtics can win a game, but I have to be objective, okay? I have to be objective. It's a fact. We all know this, whatever. So what do the Boston Celtics need to do? This is a really tricky thing because the Washington Wizards are more versatile on the offensive end than the Boston Celtics are. And it sounds funny because when you think about it, Isaiah Thomas will give you 30. What's his name? Avery Bradley will give you 17 to 20. Al Horford will give you 15 to 20. But you have Bradley Beal who can score at will pretty much. Not like an elite type scorer, but he can still score at will. Okay, he reminds me of a C.J. McCollum, but a step lower. Okay, you have John Wall who can score at will, the best point guard in the Eastern Conference, the second best player in the playoffs in the Eastern Conference at this point in time. So how do you slow these two down? It's really tough, isn't it? It is. It's really tough, but it's not as tough as it seems when you force John Wall to shoot jump shots. What is the most tiring thing a basketball player can do? Shooting jump shots. If you force him towards the trap, towards the double team, towards the triple team, wherever you want to force him, however type of defense you're playing, if you're playing man-to-man, force him towards a double. Force him baseline. Or, excuse me, don't force him baseline. Force him to the three-point line. Okay? That way, you're forcing him to shoot the basketball. If you force him to shoot the basketball, and when you get to the NBA level, it's not like a pickup game. You can dribble 3 times and the defender's on you. He's not going to go for the steal. You can just pull up in his face. That's not how the NBA works. You know how it's going to work? He's going to have to dribble in and out of defenders and then throw up a 3. That is how difficult it is in the NBA to shoot and get an open shot by yourself. Unless you're like a Melo or a Kobe or a KD or a LeBron or a Wade, etc. Excuse me, or a Michael Jordan. I had to say Michael Jordan in everything or else the MJ fangirls are going to come out. Oh my gosh. Whatever. Listen, you force John Wall to shoot the basketball. You're not going to slow him down. The same way you won't slow down Isaiah Thomas. But you will change his game. The same way you'll change Isaiah Thomas's game if you get him into foul trouble, because now he has to be less aggressive on both ends of the floor because there are offensive fouls called. And it's the same thing with John Wall. his game is going to be different. Now, he's a superstar player, so he's going to adapt, and he's going to be able to and play make for Bradley Beal and Marcin Gortat and Otto Porter Jr. and etc., etc. Okay? But if you force him to shoot the basketball, you make it 10 times harder for him because he is a penetration first type point guard. And do not, whatever you do, I say this all the damn time, but people don't understand it. Do not force a right-handed player to go left. You make it so much easier for them when you force a right-handed player to go left. Just think about it from a logistical standpoint. If you force LeBron, like Michael Jordan said, I would force LeBron James to go left. Whatever. Listen, if you force someone left and they're right-handed, when you raise up for your jump shot and you're going left, guess what? Your elbow, your chest, your shoulder, however you align yourself with the basket, whether you have a great jump shot or a terrible jump shot, your right arm, the arm that you follow through with, is aligned perfectly with the basket because your right side of the body, when you go left, your right side of the body is directly facing the rim. Whereas if you force a right-handed player to go right, guess what? Now they have to turn their body mid-air while shooting, which makes the jump shot 10 times more difficult, especially with a hand in their face. Now, John Wall, another reason why you don't want to force John Wall or LeBron left is because they're better when they go left, statistically and logically. John Wall is a better left-handed driver than he is a right-handed driver. It seems crazy, but it's true. Anyway, so this video might go up late, but at the end of the day, it's whatever. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's been your man, Steve, and thank you again. It was really cool meeting one of you guys in person. Hopefully, I'll meet some of you guys more in person. Who knows? If you meet me in person, don't come up to me. I'm just kidding. If you meet me in person, you know, you can just come up to me. I'm just a normal dude with 3,000 subscribers that makes videos. It's been your man, Steve. I'm out. Peace.